Alright, welcome back. Today we're going to be trying to use a Luxray in the ZU tier. We got a game here. I'm going to probably want to lead off with something that can beat the Runerigus if I had to guess. Looking at my team, it's fairly ground weak, and Runerigus is a pretty good Pokemon against me. So I'm going to lead off with a Sock. I can click knock off on that. I can click knock off on the Orbeetle, which may want to get up Sticky Web. That's also an issue against my team. And it can also click knock off against the Mr. Rhyme, I suppose. I don't think he'd stay in with Shiftry. So I think Sock is a decent lead. And I'm going to click knock off here. They may stay in predicting my knockoff, but I don't think they will. I think they'll always go Runerigus here. And now I'm going to go into my Miltank. I don't want to take a Poltergeist if they have that. They may click Earthquake, but with Shedinja, I don't think they would. As I click Stealth Rock, that's okay. And I'm going to click Toxic here as I miss. Is really unfortunate. They hit that time. That's fine. And they get the roll on Body Press. So that's really sad. Okay, I'm now going to go into... What do you think these things run in this tier? I don't know what they run in this tier. Let's check the damage on this. Okay, yeah, Poltergeist, I figured. Okay. Poltergeist does 53%. Min, so I think that should be okay. Let's click Poltergeist. Go Flareon, which is fine. Now I'm going to go into my Luxray. We go for Heal Bell, so that's cool, I guess. Just click Crunch here. And I'm going to go for Toxic now. I guess they want to stay in and try to Wish Protect, right? That'd be annoying. Yep, they got a defense drop. Actually, let's just Crunch again. Yeah, because with the defense drop, that should do more damage, I think. Okay, the Colberberry Orbeetle, or whatever that's worth. I'm gonna go hard and Shedinja. And now I'm going to click the Toxic, because they may stay in since I can't really touch them. But unless I forgot something, they can't touch me. Okay, I'm going to go back into Luxray. We're not going to get lulled into a false sense of security here. As the Heal Bell again. We are wasting their Heal Bells down to 5. And I'm going to click Crunch again. Now I'm going to click Toxic. Okay. As they click Lava Plume, yep, see they do have a fire move here. Now I'm going to go into my Rapidash. And I'm actually going to Calm Mind up. I think Calm Minding is an okay play. They may want to Wish. And I think Stored Power is not going to kill the Runerigus. But if they want to stay in, then that's totally fine by me. That'll let me set up. And I think if they let me set up enough times, then it's GG. So now I'm +3, this is 140 base power, and that kills. Good. And now at this point, we can click Dazzling Gleam. And they weren't Focus Sash. So I think this game is a wrap. So I'm really surprised. My opponent had some problems for me on this team, right? Just gonna click Dazzling Gleam, I think that's better. Gonna click Morning Sun here. And back to Dazzling Gleam. So my opponent had some interesting Pokemon on this team, right? The Spadef Flareon is something I can get behind. That's a pretty fun set to see. And they had the Orbeetle, but the Orbeetle didn't have a I didn't have sticky web or anything that would actually be a problem for my team. And then the main problem that my opponent had is that instead of hard switching into the Renerigus, they instead decided that they wanted to stall a bit with their Flareon, which wasn't going to be able to touch me. That was a bad play on their part. Alright, so the Rapidash definitely put in work there. And the Shedinja wasn't bad either. The Miltank, bit of a letdown there, given that it got two shot by the Poltergeist when it shouldn't have. Alright, looks like we finally found a battle. We're playing against a pretty bulky team, so we don't want to get worn down too bad by them. Looks like they have a similar strategy with Toxic and probably Heal Bell on Miltank, or on maybe the Bird as well. So one thing I can see so far is that Shedinja probably won't be too good in this game, except for it does stop the Raichu, so we have to save it for that. And it may stop the Kling as well if the Kling doesn't have Toxic. The Rapidash does not do too well on this team, or against this team rather. So I'm just going to lead off with it, right? If I can get some kind of value out of this Rapidash right out the gate, I think I will. Can't get Toxic, and if I can set up enough Calm Minds, then I may be able to do something here. That remains to be seen, and I can always get crit is the main problem. Has to go Kling hard, which I think is a good idea. I'm going to go into Shedinja here, because I believe I will wall you. And I'm going to click the Toxic. Okay, Poltergeist up. Oh, they're Toxic. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to go into my Doug Trio now, because I don't have anything for the Doug Trio. And then I'm going to double into my Sock. I'm going to click Knockoff here, because the Knockoff will burn their item. Okay, the Colbur Berry. So that's unfortunate. I'm going to have to go Miltank now. And I'm going to have to click the Seismic Toss a few times as I go Articuno. Alright. Going to go Rapidash on you. They actually go for U-turn. I was not expecting that. They go Raichu. And now I have to go Doug Trio. So they do not click Focus Blast, which is good. Okay. And I set up my own Stealth Rock here. I don't think it'll stay in. Okay, I'm going to go into my Luxray as the click Seismic Toss. And now I'm going to click Toxic on what I expect them to either stay in. Okay, fine. I click Crunch. Seismic Toss is definitely hurting, but it can't kill me in the next turn. So I should get off a decent amount of damage on the Miltank. Now they're -2 defense, which is fun. So they can't really stall me out. Okay, I'm going to go into my Doug Trio now. I'm going to just click the Earthquake now. I'm Life Orb. Let's see how much that does. Okay. Iron Head here. Do I get the flinch? I do not get the flinch. Okay. Iron Head again. Don't want to overpredict. So we took out the Articuno, which is cool. We go Sock. I'm going to sack the Rapidash. I don't think it's doing anything at this point. And, Okay, I'm going to go into the Miltank, because I think that's probably Choice Scarf also. I'm going to click Toxic on hopefully Palisand coming in, but it's not, unfortunately. And they're going to shift gear up, and that's going to be a problem. Okay, and now I'm going to have to Seismic Toss again. And hopefully they don't flinch me, and they don't. So that's good. Always like it when that happens. So they're keeping the Palo Sand in the back, which is smart, because that means the Sock is going to win. I'm gonna sack the well, maybe I sack this actually. It's probably better. Because you click close combat. Gonna double now into Doug Trio, because there's no way you risk that. Now I'm gonna click Earthquake. And Ironhead, I have to flinch, I think, is what has to happen here. And even the flinch wouldn't have won me the game. Okay. While we're waiting for a battle, let's talk about the team real fast. We're running Luxray. And Luxray has guts, but Luxray's guts burns through it on both ends of the candle because it has Wild Charge, which takes recoil. And it has Flame Orb doing damage as well. So really, I thought that wasn't the best option. I'd instead prefer to have it... what I'm trying to say here. I'd instead prefer it to have a bit more longevity with heavy duty boots. And if you're not running guts specifically, I think Intimidate is better value overall. Okay, I'm just gonna click knock off here. They may click Psychic, which would be sad. But and we almost got the kill. Okay. So now I'm going to go into my yeah, I'll go into Doug Trio here. And I'm just going to click the Ironhead. Does it go hard Renerigus? I'm going to set up Stealth Rock on you. That way they don't have the Mr. Rhyme for later. I think that's fun. This Doug Trio definitely this Doug Trio definitely has a short lifespan. It doesn't seem to live very well. So now I'm going to go into what? I'm going to Miltank here. And I'm going to click Toxic on you. And then I'm going to go into my Rapidash. I'm going to Calm Mind up. I'm going to see how that goes. There's the Go Hard Flareon. I'll Calm Mind up again. I don't feel particularly threatened by this Flareon. It's not Guts. So they've Heal Belled their Renerigus, which is okay. But what is it going to do for them? I don't know. Let's click the Stored Power. I don't know how much this Stored Power does from 88%, but it actually kills. Okay. We'll take that. So now I go for Dazzling Gleam. They have Sucker Punch, that's cool, but it's not going to do anything. And now I have actually more boosts than I did before. Now Orbeetle comes out, I can click Dazzling Gleam. Okay, well, that's the best you've got, then I can just click Stored Power now. It's going to be 200 base power, coming off of a pathetic 591 special attack. You would think that after +3, or ×3, right, this is a really boosted Pokemon, that it would have more attack, but it does not, unfortunately. Yeah, so this particular team does not really like the Stored Power Rapidash. It's not really helping this trainer out, unfortunately for them. Let's look for another battle while we're waiting. This is going to take a while. Wait, there we go. We'll just Stored Power. Yeah, so like I was saying, the Luxray has Toxic because I don't want it to get walled by the ground types or the anything with a Volt Absorb, like Electivire, for instance, right? So if I have to worry about them going into Electivire on their team, I can click Toxic as a mid-ground, and that's not the absolute worst option, I think. Maybe this would be better as a Guts Pokemon, because then you'd be doing damage. Luxray is such a bad Pokemon that it doesn't even see usage in ZU. That's how bad of a Pokemon Luxray is. Then we got the Mill Tank. This is going to have Heal Bell because we're not running Guts on Luxray. It's also good for Sock or Dugtrio if they get status. This is going to be our Stealth Rocker. As we can see, Dugtrio is not the strongest Pokemon. It doesn't really get a lot of kills, but and it doesn't have a lot of breaking power, but it is fast, and that's one of the good things going for it. Then we've got Sock. This is going to be Choice Scarf. It's a Poor Man's Passimian. We've got Shedinja here, which is here to deal with things like Double Wool and other fighting types, which otherwise would sort of run through the rest of this team. It also is immune to ground, which is one of the more important things. And then finally we've got Rapidash, and this Rapidash puts in all sorts of work. I guess that's the reason why it's pretty weak. It's 100. It's not invested special attack, and it's only got 80. But even still, man, that's so weak. Okay, we found a battle finally. Okay, this is a very offensive team on my opponent's part. I can vibe with that. I'm going to want to lead off with Dugtrio. In case they lead off with Crustle, I can click the Iron Head here. And then I don't think that they will attack. I think they'll have spikes. But what do I know? Oh, they did have Earthquake and they went for it too. Alright, that's fine. So I can go Sock now. And Sock can just click Knock Off. And it'll hit whatever it wants to come in, that's fine. And we outspeed the Crustle. That's not a problem. I didn't think they'd go for Earthquake there. I thought they'd be Suicide with rocks and spikes. But if I'd gone for Sucker Punch there, of course, then we would have been up a Pokemon. And I would have had my ground type against all of their nonsense here. Okay. I'm going to go into my Luxray and sack it. Okay. I'm going to go for Crunch now. They do have Earthquake. Now I can go back into my Sock here. And I'm actually going to go for Stone Edge because they should know that I can hit them now for they're super effective, so they should go Articuno. And now they have no ground type immunity. Good. So that prediction worked out. Depending on the kind of player my opponent is, that might not have worked out. So I'm glad it did work out. I'm now going to sack the Shedinja because Shedinja doesn't do anything against my opponent's team. Right? Not in the slightest. Unfortunately. And now I have to go into my Rapidash and just click Stored Power. And just sack it. I don't think I can win from this situation, unfortunately. Because this Combuskin is too strong. Yeah. So, good game to my opponent. But the knockoff put me in a bad position. I guess I could have Stone Edged twice. Maybe that would have been a better play. Okay, finally we found a game. We actually found a game against a person who was able to snipe a Pokemon name as soon as it was revealed. So, good on them, I guess. We've got a Hazards-focused team here. So that's good to know. I'm going to lead off with the Rapidash. If they want to get up their Hazards with Shuckle, and that's fine. If they want to Encore me, that's less fine. But as it stands, I think we should be okay. If they want to take advantage of their Encore, this forces them to switch out immediately, right? Which is the main thing we want. I'm going to go Sock hard. I think you'd Crunch here. Or maybe something like that. Okay, Protect. Wow, they would have protected against Calm Mind Rapidash. I don't understand that play. Okay, I'm going to click the knockoff here. As I go Shuckle. Now they're not Mental Herb anymore, that's fine. Gonna go into my Rapidash again. Gonna Calm Mind up again. So we're gonna do this Song and Dance. So Stoutland, fine. If they want to protect, then I will stay in, right? Calm Mind up. Is it go for Last Resort? Ah, that's what it is. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so then Shedinja walls this. And I can go for the Toxic. As I go into their Gurgeist. was a bit of a risky play, but I guess they figured I wasn't going to go for Poltergeist, or maybe they don't have an item, who knows. Okay, I'm going to go into Luxray here. I have to go for foul play. So maybe a special set? Or maybe just very bulky, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to click the Toxic here, so they're probably going to sack their Shuckle. Yep, nice they do. Fair enough. I'm going to go into Dugtrio here. And I'm going to set up my own Stealth Rock. This will probably go like what, Hitmonchan or something dumb like that. Okay, now we'll just click Iron Head, because it hits everything on their team. Like Gourgeist, yep. As you do. Okay, I need to keep the Shedinja around for that Stoutland. So we could have Will-O-Wisp. I'm gonna go back into my Luxray because it doesn't really do much. As they go for Synthesis. And now I'm gonna click Crunch as they stay in. And I can click Crunch again, as that does not kill, unfortunately. And now I'm going to click Crunch again. And Crunch again. Okay, we got rid of the Shuckle, at least. Okay, we're going to go into this. So I'm going to just harden to Shedinja. There's no point sticking around. And now I'm going to click the Poltergeist, as that does a lot to Hitmonchan. Gonna sack the Luxray here. As they click Throat Chop, yep, figures. And now I'm going to go into my... What do I go into? Sock, probably. Because if they want a Rapid Spin, that's fine. If they want to... I don't know what they'd do here. I'm gonna just click Earthquake. I think Earthquake is the neutral play. Doesn't let in the Boltund afterwards. Although the Boltund may outspeed... Oh yeah, it definitely outspeeds me. I'll just go for Psychic Fangs. So Crunch, Psychic Fangs. If it's Psychic Fangs, then the Dugtrio can Sucker Punch after, for whatever that's worth. And they have Thunderbolt. So they're a competitive set. I see. Okay, as their Silvally Water. So that's cool. I'm gonna go into my... what does Silvally Water run? Yeah, nothing that can touch Shedinja, I think. Hopefully. We could have Flamethrower. But yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna click Will-O-Wisp here. Oh, they do have Flamethrower. Well, see, that's sad. Okay, I'm gonna go into the Miltank and Seismic Toss. And then I'm going to go for Seismic Toss again. And I'm going to go for Seismic Toss again. And we're just going to keep clicking the Seismic Toss, right? Like, what are you going to do against me? We go Stoutland, and the Heal Bell on the Protect. And then I'm going to Seismic Toss them here. And I'm going to Seismic Toss them here. And I'm going to go into Dugtrio. And I'm going to click Sucker Punch because we don't mess around with that. Now the question is, can Knockoff from Choice Scarf? It's not going to. Okay, all they have is Foul Play, so I can go into Sock on this. And I'm just going to click the... Well, I have to click Knockoff here. There's nothing else I can click. So this was always no item. Fair enough. Knockoff again. Knockoff again. Now, one of these plays I actually want to switch, I think. Apparently I was a bit too slow on that uptake. Okay. There's no way they're going to click the Thunderbolt or the Volt switch, I don't think. Click Hyper Voice, so we kill that. That's good. Although I don't really know if that really helps at all. Okay, now it's time to see if Non-Life Orb can take this out. I don't think it's going to, yeah. That's unfortunate. Alright, while we look for another battle, I want to actually talk a bit about the ZU tier. Oh, never mind. Okay, we actually found a battle there right away, which is very surprising. Alright, I'm going to lead off with Rapidash. And I'm going to put Calm Mind here. I don't think you stay in on this. Calm Mind up again. If they want to U-turn, it'll activate my Key Berry. And they did, so it does. So that gives me another boost. And now I can Calm Mind up again in this thing's face. What does Articuno do to me? Oh, they have Haze. Well, that's annoying. Okay, gonna Calm Mind up again. As they click Freeze Dry. And now I'm going to go into Luxray Hard. So now I'm going to click the Crunch. Crunch on Uxie. Cool. And I'm going to click the Toxic here. Uxie could be faster than me, depending on their investment. Okay, they're not. So now they're Toxic. Unless they have Rest, that should be good to put that on a timer. And I'm just going to stay in on this. Just going to try to get off as much damage as I can, and they should click Knock Off here all the time, right? So we're just going to click Wild Charge. Let's actually click Earthquake. So that's fine. I'm going to go into Shedinja here. Well, actually, no, I'm not. That was a bad play on my part. That was a bad play on my part. That Mold Breaker. What are you doing? Okay. We're going to click the Seismic Toss on Uxie. And now we're going to click Seismic Toss again. As they have the Thunder Wave, which is annoying. But I don't really know. As long as I break through this turn, we should be fine. As we did not break through. It's an annoying set. It's got Paraflinch. I don't really know what the thought process behind that was. But sure, why not? I'm going to click Milk Drink here. Now, in the past, we've seen Regigigas two-shot a Miltank getting weird rolls. But that was a pretty low roll. So I think we can stall these body presses out to an extent. We'll find out. Oh, look at that, 55. 47 to 55. What are these rolls? Fortunately, I have leftovers, so I should be slowly gaining my health back. Slowly but surely. And they crit me. I can't go into the Shedinja because they could have Poltergeist. And I don't want to put myself into a 50-50 scenario where I go into the Shedinja and then I have to decide, are they going to click Poltergeist or are they going to click another body press? Right, I don't think that's a smart play. So I'm just going to stay in and stall them out. They only have 6 left, and so I have more milk drinks than they have body presses. So I think that's fine. I just actually click Will-O-Wisp there, which is cool enough. Now I get to click Toxic on you. And I get to click Heal Bell. Actually, I'm going to click Milk Drink now because I am technically in range of a body press. Yep, as you see right there, we are in range. So this is body press, Will-O-Wisp, Earthquake. I'm going to go Rapidash on this actually. Okay, Calm Mind up. As they do go Articuno. I'm actually curious, how much does this do to Articuno? Not much. Not much, unfortunately. I'm going to go Dugtrio here. Because they do go hard for Freeze Dry. And I'm just going to click the Earthquake. I really don't think you stay in on this. Yeah, okay. So it's good to get rid of that at least, right? Now I'm going to go into Regigigas because they don't have any good switch-ins to knock off. And we're just going to knock something off. They can sack this all they want, that's fine. I will lose my Mold Breaker. They can go Spiritomb. I'm going to click Knock Off on this in case it's like Choice Band, yeah, as I thought they might be. They click Poltergeist. I'm going to go into Rapidash on you. They have Shadow Sneak, which is fair enough. So now I can click the Toxic. And I miss, unfortunately. So now I'm going to milk drink up. I'm going to heal bell. Heal bell will hopefully put me out of range of payback, depending on how. Oh, great! That was a crit. Yeah, okay. Well, we can't deal with that. Anyway, like I was going to say about the ZU tier, I think that one of the worst parts about this tier is the amount of time it takes to get a battle. Now, I know the last time I said that, the battle showed up almost immediately, but the time before that, it had taken 5, 6, 7 minutes, something like that, just to find a battle. And I think that if you're trying to play a tier, if you're trying to get good at it, and you've never played it before, right, then one of the worst things you can do is go into a battle, lose it because you don't know what you're doing, and then come out and have to wait another 10 minutes to go and lose another battle. So that can be really frustrating for new players, right? One of the fine things about the Ranbats ladder is that, you know, maybe you're new to Pokemon, you're not sure what Pokemon do. You can go play random battles. You can get some experience there, and maybe you're losing a lot, but at least you just can click find another battle and find one really quickly. But by the time you get down to ZU, that's no longer an option, because there's probably like, what, 4 people playing this ladder at this moment, at best, or something ridiculously low like that. So it sort of makes it not a fun tier. So I understand making lower tiers like PU and ZU, because you want to be able to use Pokemon in a tier where they will be able to put in work. That makes sense. But at the same time, how am I supposed to play that tier when nobody else is playing? And it sort of strikes me as similar as some of the older Gen OUs. So Gen 4 OU, Gen 5 OU. Where do I go to play those? If I got on the ladder right now, how many people would actually be playing Gen 5 OU? Right? The Gen 6 OU. People say, oh yeah, people are playing that all the time. Are they really? Are they really? I don't think that's going to be the case. And if they are, I haven't seen it. So if I want to play those tiers, I would have to like find a friend, right? Or I guess find a Discord group that was dedicated to that. And maybe such a thing exists, but that's not something that's widely advertised. And I don't know. It's just not as fun. So I wish that they would leave the old gens alone and not mess with them, because most of us aren't playing with them. But if we did want to go back and play them, I'd rather they stayed the way that they were when we left them. And then the other big one is that I wish that they would have more people playing lower tiers. It's hard to recommend ZU as a tier because it takes you forever to find a game. And you don't want to be sitting around waiting for battles, you want to be playing battles. And especially when you don't know how the tier goes, it can be really frustrating. So I don't know what to do about it. I just know that this isn't a particularly fun adventure we're having, right? Where we're sitting here waiting, and losing lots of battles is fine if you're learning stuff, if you're getting accustomed to the tier, right? Because I never played ZU before today. So you don't expect to go in and be really good at a tier when you don't have any base knowledge on what the tier has to offer. That's fine by me. I don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem with is just sitting here and waiting. But fortunately for you, I won't make you wait anymore. I'm just going to come back when we have a game. Oh, there you go. Alright, so now my opponent has Jinx and Thwackey and Sucker Punch on Skuntanks. They have a decent amount of priority. The Shedinja is not looking too hot in this game, I can tell you that much right off the bat. If the Articuno is another Hazer, then that could be an issue for my Rapidash. I'm going to lead off with Sock here. As they go with Thwackey, I'm going to go into Miltank. They may click Knockoff, or they may click U-Turn, but I feel like they may want to Grassy Glide. And if they do so, then I can get off a toxic on something. Or maybe just, or maybe even double, I don't know. Just because Skun Tank probably comes in pretty easily on Miltank, I'm guessing. Especially because these Miltanks don't carry Thunder Wave, they carry Toxic, right? Okay. As they actually make that crazy play. I don't really agree with that play. I'm gonna just click Milk Drink. As they turn out. SDU turn, huh? Okay. Savali fighting. I don't know what this does, but I do know that Shedinja doesn't do anything in this game. So we're just gonna go into it. Gonna go for Will-O-Wisp. Actually, burning the Skun Tank is pretty nice, not gonna lie. So now I'm gonna go into Dugtrio. They may have Flamethrower, so that's fine. Just gonna click Earthquake. And now we're going to go for the Shedinja play. And I'm going to go for Poltergeist, because they don't really have a good switch into that. I actually don't know if this has an item, and maybe Colbur Berry, in which case that'll be fine. But 179 speed, I don't think Palisade's running a timid nature, so we should outspeed it. And they don't really have anything that wants to switch in, I don't think. Okay, yeah, there's Colbur Berry. So that's fine by me. Just click Poltergeist again, go Skun Tank. And, yeah, okay. So now at this point I'm just going to sack this because I don't really think it does too well against my opponent's team. I'm going to go into Luxray now. And I'm going to click the Wild Charge. Just in case. Now I'm going to click Ice Fang, because we do know that they are Colbur Berry. Because we get a lucky freeze, so that is helpful. I'm going to click Ice Fang again. No reason to reveal my crunch. Okay, I'm just going to click Wild Charge here. And Wild Charge again. They probably appreciate that for their Articuno, but that's just sort of what I have to do, I think, here. Dugtrio versus Savali fighting. Earthquake does 56% min. So I'm gonna go for that, I think. They may try to sack their Skun Tank as they actually go Thwacky, which is a pretty interesting play. I'm gonna go Miltank here, no point sacking this. And once again, I'm just gonna click Milk Drink. As we saw, knock off at this point shouldn't be doing anything. Okay, I'm just gonna click Seismic Toss here. Click Iron Head. And now I'm gonna go Rapidash. And now we're going to click the Dazzling Gleam, because it'll hit this, it'll hit the Skun Tank, and if the Articuno wants to come in, then that's fine as well, I think. A Miltank here on you, and we're going to just click Hard Seismic Toss. And now we're going to click Toxic. Okay, thought that they would have done that last turn. Seismic Toss again. Okay, we just sacked that, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to go into Sock now. And I'm going to click Stone Edge. Because that should kill Savali. And now I'm going to... I mean, Close Combat might have been a better play there. I think Close Combat might have been a better play overall. I'm going to sack the Dugtrio. I don't really think that's doing anything for us. I can click Sucker Punch here. I'll get off a little bit of chip. I have to go for Grassy Glide. Now I'm going to go for Close Combat. They don't really have anything good for that. They can sack their Skun Tank, which is probably what they should do. Just get off a bit of chip on me. But they may also want to stay in, because Grassy Glide into the Aftermath may be stronger, since they're +2. And all they have to do really is get rid of the Sock, and then I can't win with the against the Articuno. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay, gonna lead off with Dugtrio here. I think the game plan this time is to try to prevent the Struckle from getting up webs. because that slows down my Dug Trio. I don't know why they forfeited. Maybe I'm not good enough of a player for them. Didn't they win the last time? I think they won the last time. Alright, we found a new person to play against. They've got a pretty interesting team with Metang and Ludicolo. I'm going to lead off with Dugtrio. And we're going to try to win a speed tie against Frostlass. I think that's the play. And we did win the speed tie. Did we get a flinch? Probably not. As they went for taunt. Interesting. I'm going to Sucker Punch here. Okay, as they went for Destiny Bond. And now we're going to Sucker Punch again. Okay, that's fine. So we win that speed tie. Or actually, no, that was not winning the speed tie. That was just me being dumb. Should not have Sucker Punched there. Oh well, that's fine. We prevented hazards on my opponent's part, at least in that regard. Metang is there, so that prevents Rapidash from doing much since we don't have Mystical Fire. That's a bit of an unfortunate scenario. I'm going to go into Luxray now, as they're actually going to go hard into Metang, which I will 100% take. Right, that makes my job a whole lot easier. Okay, there's their Agility. And Earthquake. So that's fine by me. I'm going to sack this. 218 times 2. I'm still faster with the sock. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go for the Post Combat. Post Combat will do the most to Shuckle if they want to switch in or to their own sock. And I think it might also take care of the Armaldo. So that's the play we got to go for. Because we don't want the Armaldo to set up. Okay. I'm going to go hard into Miltank here. Okay, and I'm going to click Toxic here. They can't click Giga Drain, so they can only click Water moves. And I can go Shedinja. I don't think Shedinja can get touched by this. Last time I checked. Right, so that's fine. Now I'm going to just click the Poltergeist here. And hopefully Ludicolo doesn't surprise me with something. As they go hard Armaldo. And I'm going to go into my Miltank because I don't want to sack this to Stone Edge. Yeah. Now I get to go into my sock. I'm just going to click Close Combat again. This may have Aqua Jet. And it'll probably go for a bit of chip if it wants to. Ludicolo's getting pretty low. So my opponent's sort of in trouble. Okay, there goes their Ludicolo. That's good. Yeah, I don't know if that was an Oko or not. Okay. At this point, I don't need the Shedinja. It does not do anything against my opponent's team. So I'm just going to go into that hard, I think, is the correct play. And the Armaldo dies. So the sock for my opponent is not Mold Breaker, so I'm guessing it's Sturdy. Which is why they would have gone into it. And now I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here. But unfortunate. Wait, no, let's go for Toxic instead. Toxic is better. Okay. And now I'm going to go into my Rapidash hard. Because this probably has Rest, if I had to guess, right? Okay, they went for Rock Blast that turn. So, you know, nice prediction on my part. Except for it wasn't a prediction. They don't have any Spadef boosts yet. So that's helpful. If I can get a couple of Calm Minds up on the Rapidash, then I should be able to bust through this nice and easily, I think. I don't want to get too many boosts because their sock is... what am I trying to say? Their sock is sturdy, so we don't want to rely on this too much. But I think they should be in range of the stored power now. Okay, yeah, and I think that my opponent just realizes they lose. Okay. I think we fought this person before, so that's okay. I'm going to lead off with my Dug Trio. And we're going to be sad because we got the lead matchup wrong. This choice Scarf or choice Banded? If it's choice Banded, then I'll just get off as much damage as I can. If they are choice Scarfed, there's nothing I can do about that. Okay, I'm gonna go into Rapidash, and then I'm gonna double into my Luxray, as we've seen that matchup play out before. And then I'm going to go for the Toxic. I should go Renerigus, good. And then I'm going to go for the Rapidash. And I'm going to set up a Calm Mind. You may want to stay in. Nope, they go hard Articuno. Okay, I'm going to go Luxray. I may Freeze Dry here. But they do go for Haze, that's good. I'm going to quick Wild Charge. There's a good Uxie. This Uxie we saw before was slower than my Luxray. So I'm going to go for Crunch this turn. I think that's a better play. They go for Heal Bell. Oh, okay. They go for Crunch again. We can kill the Uxie, then that'll mean that the Toxics will stick later on in the battle. That'll be pretty important. Okay, every time a Sock comes out, they sort of just get a kill. I feel like I need to keep this around, so I'm going to sack the Rapidash because this does not do much against my opponent. As this actually isn't going to end up being a sack, strangely enough. Because of the Key Berry. So that's cool, I guess. I'm going to Calm Mind up first. That way I can now go into Luxray and get a free heal. Or a free switch in, rather. Okay, now I'm going to click the Crunch again. Let's go Renerigus. And I'm going to go for Toxic here. Okay, so go for Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to go into my Miltank. Miltank doesn't really care about Renerigus too much, other than the Body Press doing a bit of damage. And to go for Earthquake and get a crit. I've got to Milk Drink up at this point because Body Press does do about this much damage. And I'm going to sack the Luxray now. Okay, there's a quick Close Combat. And we're just going to click Wild Charge here. It doesn't matter what I click, really. Actually, I guess it does matter. Because I have to go Renerigus like that. And that's an issue. Okay. I'm going to click Wild Charge just in case my opponent decides to be crazy. Because as we can see, it's not going to do too much. If I stay in or not. Okay. Now I want to go into my Shedinja. This isn't doing anything else against this guy. Now we're just going to click Poltergeist. And that goes down the Renerigus. Cool. Yeah, but like I say, it's not doing too much because this is Ghost, this has Toxic, and this has Mold Breaker. So this Shedinja is pretty trash in this matchup. Okay, now we're going to go into my own Sock. And I'm just going to click the Earthquake, Stone Edge. I'll click Stone Edge. So it could hit Uxie, as they'll actually probably go Cling Cling here, huh? Seismic Toss. Okay. I guess they decided to stay in, that's fine. That actually just barely misses out on the KO. Which is extremely unfortunate. Now they'll get a free and safe U-turn into Sock, or actually I guess they'll decide to try to flinch me. Alright, I'm gonna look for another battle. Person basically has my number. Okay. As we click Toxic, as they click Trick, which is fine by me. I'm just going to spam Milk Drink, I guess. I'm going to go Rapidash. Let's go over here. And we're going to go and lead Luxray. And I'm going to click Ice Fang. Okay. So I lucked this guy, which is fine by me. I'll say no to that. I'm actually going to forfeit this game because I don't want to play 2 games at once and it's already basically lost. Alright, Savali Fighting come out. And this Savali, I believe, had a flamethrower for my Shedinja, if I recall correctly. But is it doing anything? I guess it can beat the Jinx still. I don't know. What don't I need against this team? I'm going to click Wild Charge here. My opponent decides to switch out. Go Jinx, and the Jinx just dies. So at this point, the Shedinja doesn't serve any purpose. I'm just going to click Wild Charge here. They are fast Skuntank, but now they're pretty low, so it actually frees me up a lot. I can just go into Doug Trio, and I'm going to click Iron Head here. If they decide to go into Thwacky, that'll be great. If they decide to switch, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So now I'm going to go into Shedinja. It doesn't serve any other purpose besides being a sack, so that's fine by me. I can live with that. I'm going to call Mind Up here. This will give me another boost if they decide to U-turn. Okay, so now we go into Articuno, as they have Toxic on that, which they decided to Toxic a Rapidash, which is not great, but maybe they remember playing me before. I don't remember. As we're just going to Seismic Toss here. And I'm going to click the Toxic here in case they U-turn. Okay. And now I'm going to go into my Sock as I click another Iron Head. And I get to click Close Combat. And that'll KO something. Alright, there goes Articuno. They should probably sack their Skuntank. It's actually sacked the Articuno, which I'll take. Okay, I'm going to go into Miltank here as they go for that. And I'm going to go for Milk Drink. We've seen before that this does not to a KO. Milk Drink again. And now I'm just going to click the Seismic Toss on you. And now the Grassy Terrain is gone. So I can go into Sock and I can just click Close Combat. Now they're going to be forced to switch out into Skuntank. Go back into Thwacky. And I'm going to go into my Doug Trio. Go back into Sock. I think this probably still kills me, unfortunately. Yeah, it does. So now we go for this. And I have to click Morning Sun. Oh, that kills. Okay. Alright, it's this guy again. It's a bit of an issue. I'm going to lead off with my Shedinja, because I don't really care about Shedinja in this game. I just lead off with Sock. That's fine. Just going to sack it. Okay, and I'm going to go now into my Miltank. And we're going to click the Sock double here, because I figured, yep, they go Cling Clang there. I'm just going to click Close Combat here, because they could go into their Spiritomb, but if they predict me, yeah, there we go. So we had to make some plays there, but we got something out of that exchange, right? Getting rid of Cling Clang is fantastic. Alright, I'm going to go into Luxray, because this is Thunderwave Extra Sensory. So they U-turn out, which is fair enough. Go back into Sock to click Earthquake again. I'm going to go into my Miltank. They may predict that, in which case I'll be sad. But yep, if they don't, then I'm going to click Toxic now. So go into Yuxi. And I'm going to... I wish this was Stealth Rock over Doug Trio. I feel like that would be better. I'm going to click Seismic Toss. Is that Seal Bell? I will put Toxic again on you. If I can get this to Wasted Seal Bells, that'll be fantastic. I think they're thinking the same thing. They click U-turn to get a free switch into Sock, I'm sure. Okay. I'm gonna go into Rapidash. Rapidash doesn't do too much because they got that stupid Articuno. There's a quick close combat there. Now I get to go into my Dugtrio. There's a go Articuno, good. And now I'm going to click the Iron Head here. Go Renorigus. And I'm going to go Miltank on this. I think that's the correct play. Now let's Heal Bell and just hope they don't get the roll, right? That's the main thing. If we just don't get haxed, then we can make it out of here. As they do get the roll. So that's just great. We love to see that. I'm going to Luxray here. And we're going to click the Ice Fang. We gotta get some hacks, basically, is what's gotta happen here. But we didn't get it, so bit unfortunate. Okay, as we go for that, now I'm gonna go for the Wild Charge. Okay, that's fine by me. I'll go back into Dugtrio. I'm gonna click Earthquake this time. I believe. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't two-shot. Let's see if we can get a flinch. Okay, as we do get a flinch, so now we're going to click Earthquake so we don't get the tangling hair on us. Okay, we got rid of the Renorigus. That's cool. As now they get to go back into Sock. Once again, we're going to go into the Rapidash. So they go for Earthquake, I'm sure. And they're just going to go for that twice, that's fine. Okay, now I'm going to go into Sock here. And I'm going to go into my Dugtrio, I think. As now they decide to stay in, which is a safe play on their part, right? They had no reason to switch out, so I understand that play totally. But I had to hope they choked in order to get some kind of momentum against that team. That team is too good against mine, and just too good in general, whereas my team is not very good. We're using Luxray, which I think is doing pretty badly. The Dugtrio is also being extremely disappointing. I thought Dugtrio would have done way better, has good typing, but it's just not strong enough. It just doesn't break through these ZU Pokemon, which is really sad. Maybe if we had some sand, and then we had Sand Forest or something, I don't know. Sock would be okay, probably on a better team. Clearly it's working for my opponent, but I'm not able to force my opponent into bad situations. And having Shedinja's melee ground resist is a major problem as well. I'm going to lead off with Sock here. Then we'll go for Knockoff, I think. Probably. Because I got Tangela. And Tangela is a pretty good answer to Sock. Tangela is a fun Pokemon, right? You don't expect Tangela to be very good. It's unevolved. It's not particularly impressive looking. But it does have a lot of physical bulk. That's cool. Yep, and we're just going to click Knockoff here. That way that they don't have the Eviolite anymore. And then I'm going to go into my Miltank here. Go for another Knockoff, which is cool. Now I'm going to double into my Dugtrio, I think is the correct play. As no, they decided to Leech Seed. I don't understand that play. Okay, whatever. Let's Toxic the Tangela. I guess they think I'm thick fat. But no, I am Sap Sipper. So now we'll double into the Dugtrio. Because now they should know that they're not going to get anything by staying in. Okay, yeah, that's what I was expecting before. Okay, so now I'm going to go for Stealth Rock. As my opponent goes for Earthquake and does not respect the Dugtrio sitting in front of them. At this point, I'm going to go into my Sock. And I'm going to... I'm just going to click Close Combat and see how much it does. Or how much are you going to do to the Tangela coming in? Yeah, that's 2 KO. Or not, it's not a 2 KO. I lied. My opponent could have gone into Quillfish there. They probably should have gone into Quillfish, but they didn't, so that's fine by me. Having the Tangelagon is pretty nice because that means that they won't be able to status me with my Rapidash or my Shedinja for whatever that's worth at this point, as they do go to Quillfish now. I'm going to go hard into my Luxray. And they go for Swords Dance, which is cool. Cool. Just going to click Wild Charge. This is too much of a threat. And I'm not going to really care if they go into their Stunfisk, right? Stunfisk is not a threatening Pokemon particularly. Okay, yeah, good. So we got rid of the Quillfish. That's another Pokemon that the Rapidash doesn't particularly like. Of course, the Rapidash doesn't care if it's already set up, but until it gets set up, that's a problem. Okay. At this point, what can we sack? I'm actually going to sack the Shedinja, I want to say. Because this can still get off some damage against the Stunfisk, but it doesn't beat any of the other Pokemon, unfortunately. So Shedinja, goodbye. You're bad. You're a bad Pokemon. Okay, I wonder if this is choice banded, because it doesn't show a Life Orb. So I'm going to just go off the fact that it is, and then if it's not, then we'll be sad. Okay, good. Just click Close Combat there, instead of have to. Then I have to decide what I want to go into after this. They're going to go into their own sock. They are Mold Breaker. I'm going to sack my Luxray here, because what this allows me to do is see what if they're going to go for Earthquake or they're on Close Combat, as they do go for Earthquake. I'm going to go into Rapidash now. I'm going to click Calm Mind up and see if we can get something going. As they go Stunfisk. And I'm going to click Calm Mind again. And that is an annoying set. Okay, I'm going to click Stored Power here. See how much that does. Does nothing. And Stored Power again, right? Might as well. Let's try to get a first turn Wake or something. Morning Sun. As they get a crit. So we don't even get another chance to wake up. That's very sad, very unfortunate. There's nothing I could have done about that. Right, I can't stop crits from happening. And I was already set up, so switching out would have been worse for me. Oh, man. Alright, so at this point, their sock just wins, because they're almost certainly Choice Scarf, right? This is a speed tie, but I can always win it, I suppose. Close Combat here, but they have the Scarf Sock. Or that was just a speed tie, but it didn't really matter. Alright, this looks like a team I can beat. Looks like a sufficiently bad team that we can play around it, I hope. Let's go Dugtrio. If they go Poliwrath, I have a good switch into that. If they go Dusknoir, then I don't have as good of a switch into that, but I do have Miltank. So I'll take it. I'm going to go for Toxic now on the Dusknoir, as they have Power Up Punch. That's not really threatening me too much. I'm going to go into Shedinja here, because I don't think they're going to go for Poltergeist. Actually, that worked out way better for me than I thought I was going to. I'm going to click Will-O-Wisp here. And now I'm going to click Poltergeist. Go into Dusknoir, and the Dusknoir dies. Okay. Well, yeah, see, like I said, this was a sufficiently bad team that I think I can beat it. They don't have very threatening Pokemon besides the Sock, and everything else on their team is, like, really bad. So that was good. I'm going to end it here. Quit while I'm ahead. And by quit while I'm ahead, I mean quit while I don't lose all my points to those people that know what they're doing. So that'll be it for me today. I don't think I want to come back to the ZU tier anytime soon, but I will if I have to, because I do want to use more Pokemon, right? But Pokemon like Luxray just don't have anything going for them. I want to go back to this. I want to go back to this really quickly to show sort of what we're up against with Luxray, right? Luxray has 120 attack, which is good, but 70 speed. 70 speed is such a bad speed tier. And unless you're running Guts, then you don't have any attacking power. If you are running Guts, then you're killing yourself with Wild Charge and Flare Blitz, and Flame Orb rather. And people can just always play around you. And as opposed to Flare Blitz or Double Edge or something else, Wild Charge is only 90 base power. So you're not even that strong really. And there's Pokemon that have an immunity to you. You can't use this in OU obviously. PU maybe I could have used it there, but Luxray is just such a bad Pokemon. But it's such a cool Pokemon. It's one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, but it's just really bad and you can't really do anything with it, unfortunately. So definitely I think I get rid of the Shedinja on this team and put something that can help with maybe Articuno and a couple other Pokemon that are really causing this team headaches. And I think I'm going to get rid of the Dugtrio. Frankly, I don't think the Dugtrio is doing anything for this team. But overall, not a fan of ZU. Not a fan of how long it takes to find games. Not a fan of the weird Pokemon that you have to use down here in the first place. But that's just me. Anyway, that'll be it for me today. I'll see you guys next time.